It doesn't get any bigger than this on a Friday Big Show. I had a story come across my desk yesterday, actually through the email inbox from a friend. And what is the topic? A hammer and a cell phone. And why do these two things go together like chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's peanut butter cup? Why? Because when your child's cell phone bill shows up and it's over $5,000, there's no other choice but to take the hammer and to take the cell phone and put the two together and get rid of that. And that was the story that came by yesterday. Can you believe it? 10,000 plus text messages going out, another 10,000 coming in. The phone bill comes in. Dad hit the roof, and that's when the hammer and the cell phone came together. Yeah, that's a horrible thing, $5,000. And you're thinking, how did this happen? How did it happen? Simple conversation is what did not happen. When you sit down, you outline the expectations for using this thing. It's like a credit card, folks. You wouldn't just give a credit card to your child and say, go out and have a good time, right? That would create a massive bill, just like this $5,000 cell phone bill that ended up showing up. So what are you going to talk about in that conversation? Very simple. What are the expectations? How often can you text message? What is the total number that I want coming in? I am an advocate of the unlimited text messaging plan. Kids are using these phones today like most people are using email. I mean, it's boom, 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 boom all the time. You could be sitting right next to a friend. They're text messaging each other. The actual conversation has disappeared. So they're using the phone, text messaging. It's just a part of what they're doing. So if you know that up front, go with the unlimited plan. It costs you like $10 more a month. And then you alleviate that whole problem later. But beyond that, you have to talk about when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate to be using the cell phone. Can they sit down at the dinner table, have a conversation with their friend? Can they be back in the room for hours? Are you going to let them take it out when you go out to the movies, when you go out to dinner, when you're out with friends? What are the expectations? The problem is that this little thing right here, over the course of not even a generation, all of a sudden everybody's got one. And what are the rules? Nobody knows what the rules are. We're still trying to figure it all out. So when we were kids, though, there were no cell phones, of course, right? So that we didn't have to have this problem. You knew what the rules were right up front. Today, though, we've got to define the rules. You've got to sit down, have the conversation, hopefully before your child ends up with one of these. But now, everybody's got one, so you need to sit down and talk about what the rules are. If those expectations are not met, the phone gets lost. And another big question, who's going to pay for this? Who's going to pay for the phone? Who's going to pay for the bill? You need to sit down and talk about that. And I am, of course, an advocate. Kids should be paying for these. They should be paying for these. Well, you can pick one up for like $20 now, all the way up to, your $300 iPhone. But hey, you can sit down. Kids can work towards it. At least pay half. At least pay half for the phone. And then the monthly bill, right? It's not just carte blanche with this thing. Let them earn it. Parents, let them earn it. So, in review, a couple things that have to happen during that conversation. Number one, what is the text messaging plan? How often, where, what can they do with it? And then, how often are you going to let them use this? And where is it appropriate to be using it? Are you going to set up a no cell zone in your home? These are things to talk about. Actually, I included in the book. Another reason to pick up the book. So, and then beyond that, of course, who's going to pay the bill? So some really big topics that really need to be talked about and alleviate all the frustration and anxiety that comes with a $5,000 cell phone bill. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for the $5,000 cell phone bill. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. This was the Friday Big Show. Thank you for sending that topic my way. Great topic for a Friday Big Show. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Take care.